Hi there. I'm Suranga from English Win. ඉතින් අද අපි කතාන්දරයකට යන්න හදන්නේ. ඉතින් කට්ටිය හැම වෙලාවෙම හිතන්නේ මේක මේ සිංහලෙන් ඉංග්‍රීසි කරන්න ඕනි කියලා. ඒකින්ද ඔබ බලන් ඉන්න. ඔබට ඉංග්‍රීසි තේරෙන්නේ නැත්නම් වැඩිය කමක් නැහැ. ඔබ බලාගෙන ඉන්න. අපි මේ ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන්ම ඉංග්‍රීසි කතාවක් අස්සට යන්න තමයි හදන්නේ. ඒක අමාරු නෑ ටික දවසක් පුරුදු වුණාම. ස්ටෝරි ටෙලිං කියන්නේ හරි හොඳ දෙයක් ලැන්ග්වේජ් එකක් ඉගෙන ගන්න. TPRS කියලා ලෝකේ ඉතා ප්‍රකට මෙතඩ් එකක් තියෙනවා. TPRS සර්ච් කරොත් ඉන්ටර්නෙට් එකේ අපිට හම්බ වෙයි. ඒකින්ද මම දැන් මේ සිංහලෙන් කතා කරාට මම දැන් මේ පුංචි කතන්දරේ ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් මේකේ තියෙන දේවල් පැහැදිලි කරමින් ඉස්සරහට යන්නයි හදන්නේ. ඉතින් අපි ගිහිල්ලා බලමු නේද? කැතිස් ටී පාටි තමයි අද කතාව. චූටි කතාවක් මම තෝරගත්තා අද. right okay. කැතිස් ටී පාටි. මේකෙන් ඔබට පුළුවන් වෙනවා total immersion වලට යන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ ඉංග්‍රීසි වලම ගිලෙන්න. මම හිතන්නේ මට අවශ්‍ය වෙන එකක් නෑ සිංහල වචනයක් කතා කරන්න. ඔබට කොච්චර ඉංග්‍රීසි බැරි වුණා වුණත් ඔබට මේක යන්තමින් ඉංග්‍රීසි අහලා තියෙනවා නම් තේරෙයි කියලා මට හිතෙනවා. ඒ විදිහේ දේවල් වලට යොමු වෙන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඔබට මේ භාෂාව තුළට යන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි. එහෙනම් අපි කතා කරන්නේ නැතුව සිංහලෙන් ඔච්චර Kathy's Tea Party. So the topic is Kathy's Tea Party. This is the story, Kathy's Tea Party. One afternoon, deep down at the bottom of the sea, bottom of the ocean, Kathy the crab was giving a tea party. One afternoon, you understand what one afternoon is? What is important is not the story, what I'm talking about. My way of explaining things away. That is not the story. That is what the production of English language. I'm producing language. I'm making language. That is what is important. Spoken English is making sentences, making things, making new sentences and doing things. So therefore, what is really important is not this story, what I'm talking about. So just listen to me. One afternoon, afternoon it is not morning, it is not evening, so afternoon. I have to say 2:30, 1:30 or so. One afternoon, deep down at the bottom of the ocean, you know what ocean is? Indian Ocean. You have the idea of ocean, the blue thing, that is the sea basically. We call it sea. Sea is not the ocean, but generally we can say, you just think about sea. Okay, sea. One afternoon, deep down at the bottom of ocean. So what is bottom? Basically, when you think about bottom, the bottom is when you think about a cup. You just think about a mug or cup. I'm drawing a cup. This is a mug. So this is the bottom. That part is the bottom. So they are talking about not the bottom of the cup, bottom of the sea, bottom of the ocean. So ocean is, that ocean is something like this. So you would see ships and different things in the ocean, moving. And bottom of the ocean, what is the bottom of the ocean? Bottom of the ocean is something like this. This is the bottom, the lowest part of this, the bottom of the ocean. The tea party is going to be there. This is the place where the tea party is going. Whose tea party? It is Kathy's tea party. One afternoon, deep down at the bottom of the ocean, deep down, going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, deep down at the bottom of the ocean. Kathy the crab was giving a tea party. Who is giving the tea party? The crabby Kathy. Who is Kathy? The name of Kathy is the name. It is a crab. If you don't understand what crab is, this is crab. Saying. This guy is the crab. You would find the crabs in seawater and in brackish water, even in seawater, that is in sea, and in rivers you would find crab. He is Kathy. So she's Kathy. She's going to give a tea party. One afternoon, deep down at the bottom of ocean, Kathy the crab was giving a tea party. Who is giving tea party? Kathy is giving tea party. Who is Kathy? Kathy is a crab. That morning, she had made lots of iced buns Iced buns. Iced buns. Yeah, iced is very cold. Very cold buns. Maybe it's winter. Maybe the sea is really, really cold. So that is the reason why that morning I'm not going to talk about grammar. When we learn grammar, we can come back to these lessons to talk about grammar. This is past perfect tense. I'm not going to talk about why we have used past perfect tense here and now, but what we need is not tenses and all the labels. What we need is the story. Oh yeah, that is the story that is really interesting. That morning she had made lots of iced buns. Oh no, we can see iced buns, very cold iced buns. A very fancy cake and 2 huge plates of seaweed and sandwiches. Oh, she's going to give the guy coming as maybe a visitor, maybe somebody coming to the party, would be given these things. What are the things that Kathy is going to give them? That morning she had made lots of iced buns. If you go to this party, you will have iced buns. You can read that, can you? You can't. Iced buns, very cold buns. A very fancy cake. We are going to see what this word fancy is. Fancy. What is fancy? Fancy. We are going to see what fancy is. Fancy cake and 2 huge is really big, huge plates of seaweeds and sandwiches. You know what weeds are? Weeds. So in compounds, in everywhere, in lands, basically weeds come up. When we clear the land, when we clean everything, finally weeds come. When we remove weeds, the weeds come. You understand what weeds are? The low grass, that is tuttirian, they are weeds. Different things. Low grass. Low grass is tuttiri in Sinhala, and that is weed. Sort of a weed. Everywhere, it is really trouble. Weeds. So if you are doing sort of plantation, or if you are planting things, maybe you are going to plant brinjal, agriculture, if you are doing agriculture, you have to remove weeds first. That is, you understand what weeds is. Fancy cake and 2 huge seaweed sandwiches. Inside, see, there are plants that we don't use them. It's useless in a way to the human being. So we call them seaweeds. If a plant in sea, if it is really useful, we don't call it weed. If a plant in the sea is not useful, we call it weed. So seaweeds, that is, seaweeds basically are of brown algae generally. Algae. Okay, that is biology. We don't want to go to biology here. Okay, what is important is what you are going to have if you go to this party. One is iced bun. Okay, number 1. And very fancy cake. We don't know what fancy is. And 2 huge plates of seaweeds and sandwiches. You're going to have sandwiches. You're going to have seaweeds. Seaweed sandwiches. Sandwiches made up of seaweeds. Not using bread. She's using seaweed to make sandwiches. You understand what I mean? Yeah. So that morning she had made lots of iced buns, fancy cake, and seaweed sandwiches you are going to have if you go to this party. Yeah. Shall we see what fancy is? What do you mean by fancy? I'm going to show you what fancy is. Excuse me. Fancy. So fancy cake, they say fancy cake. This is Oxford Dictionary. You can see fancy cakes and fancy good. What is fancy here? Especially small things brilliantly colored, made to please the eye or taste. So what is fancy? Fancy has different shades of meanings. Different meanings fancy has. One thing is fancy, one meaning. This is Oxford Dictionary. Fancy meaning is specially small things. There is an adjective you can see. This is an adjective. Small things, brilliantly colored. That should be really beautiful. That means that piece of cake should be really beautiful. Brilliantly colored, made to please the eye. When you see that, if you are pleased, mean you become really happy. If I am pleased, I am happy. I'm pleased. So, fancy means especially small things, fancy something. You just think about a fancy cake. What is fancy cake? Here you can say, I cannot put my finger on that word. You know that. You can see fancy cake. Fancy cake is that it should be small. Yeah, cake is small in a way. And brightly colored. That should be brightly colored. Made to please the eye or taste. That particular thing should be good in taste or good in color. Yeah, we become really happy when we see that. We become really happy when we taste that, eat that. So then you understand what fancy cake is. Fancy cake is a cake that it is really colorful and it is really tasty and things like that. Fancy cake. Fancy has different types of meanings, but for the cake, the fancy is that. Okay, shall we? That is fancy. And we are going back to the Kathy's tea party. Now we understand what fancy cake. And 2 huge plates of seaweed and sandwiches. 2 huge plates of it is not the big things are not the plates. Huge plates of sandwiches, cup of tea, plate of sandwiches. Okay. Now, so far, what we know is it is going to be a party at the bottom of the sea, and it is given by a crab. You understand what crab is? We don't know who is coming to the party, and if somebody is coming to the party, he is going to have a fancy cake, seaweed sandwiches, and iced buns. Yeah. In the afternoon, when she laid the table. What is laid the table? Put everything on the table. That is laying the table. If you lay the table, you put your cups, mugs, or whatever, your dishes and everything on the table. You can say, oh, I laid the table. You lay the table. Lay the table. You understand what I mean? Yeah. If you lay the table, lay a carpet, lay a mattress, or lay a table, there are things like that. Lay eggs, and lay has different meanings. But here, when you think about the table, lay the table means you put everything, the rice, curries, and finger bowl, and everything on the table. And you would say, oh, I laid the table. Table laid, come and have your dinner, you can say, yeah. In the afternoon, when she laid the table, now you understand laying the table, that is placing everything on the table. Kathy set out 8 plates. Kathy took 8 plates and 8 cups and sauces. 8 plates, you know what plate is? And 8 cups and sauces. Cups and sauces. The cup and sauces. I'm going to show you all these things. So, shall we go to the Oxford Dictionary and to see what we mean by laid? Okay, laid. Lay. What is lay? Placing something in a certain position. If we lay something, we place something in the correct position, in a place. I lay the table. That means I place everything on the table. So, but here laying the table, we are going to, yeah, okay. Here they say, excuse me, it is not in the proper position. I'll take it so that you can see that. Yeah. You can see, lay the table. I cannot put my finger there. Next time I'll do the job properly. This time I'm not going to arrange all these things again, but you can see, lay the table. This line. At the end of this line, you would find lay the table. What is lay the table? Put plates, knives, forks, etc. on it for a meal. When you are going to have a meal, when you are going to have lunch, when you are going to have dinner, you put, what are the things? Plates, knives, forks, you know what forks are, and you put everything on the tables. Why? You are going to have your dinner, your meal. And that is laying the table. Now you understand what laying table means. Okay. This is Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, and I wanted you to see what lay is. Yeah. In the afternoon, when she laid the table, Kathy set out 8 plates and 8 cups and saucers. And I want to show you what we mean by cups and saucers. Yeah, you can see cup and saucers. Cup, you can see cup and saucers, 2 things together. Cup and saucer, cup and saucer, 2 things together. Now you understand what saucer is. Yeah, 8 plates and 8 cups and saucers. How many guests are coming to the tea party? Asked a cheeky little fish passing by. You can see the cheeky little fish. You can see he is laughing. Yeah, laughing at this. This is the fish. Cheeky little fish. We understand little fish. What is cheeky? How many guests are coming to the tea party? The guests are coming to the tea party. The crab is the host. Host is the person who gives the party. And guests are coming to the party. If we are going to a party, you are a guest. You know what guest is. How many guests are coming to the party? Asked a cheeky little fish passing by. 8 plates and everything. Yeah. Cheeky. What do we mean by cheeky? You will see what cheeky is. Yeah. Cheeky. Cheeky. Cheeky fish. Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. The definition. Cheeky fish. Showing lack of respect. Especially lack of respect. No respect. I have no respect. No respect. You understand what I mean? Respect. Showing lack of no respect. If, for example, there are times that students do not show respect to their teachers. Yes, teacher, okay, I'll do the work. Sujan, I always, the word comes to me is Sujan, the name, Sujit, we say. Sujit, have you done your homework? No, I don't want to do homework. I'm really busy at home. No respect. Yeah, cheeky answer in a way. Sorry, cheeky guy, cheeky boy. Cheeky boy is answering. Sujit, have you done your homework, darling? Teacher asks. Then Sujit says, I'm busy at home. Yeah, no respect. You understand? He's cheeky guy, cheeky boy. Yeah, no respect, especially in a bold or cheerful way. In a cheerful way. I have a lot of work at home. I don't want to do homework. That is cheeky. That is what we call cheeky. Cheeky boy. Cheeky remark. A cheeky fish. The fish shows no respect to the crab. And when the fish asks the question, how many guests are coming to the party? Yeah, how many guests are coming to the party? And things like that. Yeah, cheeky fish. It is not a good fish. You understand? Cheeky fish. How many guests are coming to the party? Cheeky fish. Something like that. He must have asked that way, yeah. Passing by. Passing by is a passerby is someone who is walking near you. He is a passerby, we call it. A passerby told me this. A passerby. One passed me. One guy passed me. A passerby. You understand? How many guests are coming to the tea party? Asked the cheeky little fish passing by. Oh, I have invited one guest. Giggle Kathy. Who is Kathy? Kathy is the crab. Crab giggle. I have invited one guest. Giggled. Yeah. You are going to see what giggled is. Giggle. To laugh lightly in a nervous or silly way. Silly way. Laughing, not loudly. Laughing lightly. Laugh lightly. Lightly means not a very strong way of laughing. Something like that. Giggle. The sound is also giggling. Giggle. To laugh lightly in a nervous or silly way. One sentence. This is the importance of learning English through English. This is English dictionary. You can see sentences. For example, stop giggling, children. Now maybe children are laughing at things and like that, right? So then the mother comes and say, children, stop giggling, stop giggling, stop stop giggling. Children, this is a serious matter. This is serious, stop giggling. When people laughing and doing different things and making lot of sound, noise, and then we can say, stop giggling, this is serious, okay? The teacher would say, yeah. I would say that there is a tsunami warning going. Just think that I'm a teacher. When I'm teaching, I saw a message that something about tsunami. Tsunami warning is given. So then I would tell all the people, all the students, oh guys, there is a warning going about tsunami. Students would say, giggle, right? They don't believe in that. They don't think that tsunami is coming, then they would giggle. Things like that. That is giggling. Stop giggling, children. This is a serious matter. Yeah. Something like that. Now you understand what giggling is. Okay. How many guests are coming to the tea party? Asked Cheeky Little Fish passing by. I have invited guests. One guest, Giggle Cathay. Giggle Cathay means, Giggle Cathay. I have invited one guest. I have invited one guest. I have invited only one, said Cathay. It is Ollie the octopus. It is an octopus. Oh, it is Ollie the octopus, you can see. It is Ollie the octopus. It is Ollie the octopus. This is by octopus. I need a plate for each of my 8 arms. I need a plate for each of my 8 arms. I have 8 arms. Hands. Arms are hands, basically. I have 8 arms. So, he is going to have 8 cakes, right, using 8 arms. So, therefore, he needs 8 plates. I have invited one guest, Giggle Cathay. I have invited only one guest, I say. It's Ollie the octopus. It is Ollie the octopus, you understand, right? It is Ollie the octopus. Octopus needs 8 plates, okay? I need a plate for each of my 8 arms. Laughed Ollie. Ollie said, I need 8 plates because I have 8 arms, 8 hands or 8 arms. So I need 8 plates. Ollie. As means, as he's doing that, as he put a delicious cake onto each plate, what he did was, he was placing cakes on plates. That is it. That is the story. So therefore, this is the story. This is children's story. But we don't want these stories. This is children's stories. Stories are really beautiful. Why do we use children's stories? Children's stories have the most common vocabulary. That is what is important. Common vocabulary. So common vocabularies, people always, they are not talking about children's stories, but always they use these words. Common vocabulary. In day-to-day life, we use these words. So when you read children's stories, you would find a lot of common words. When you read newspapers and things like that, they don't, help that much in day-to-day conversations because not the common vocabulary. I think you understand what I said. Again, දැන් අපි ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් තමයි ඉංග්‍රීසි කතාව කරේ. මේ පළවෙනි කතාවනේ මම ඔබට කියා දුන්නේ නේද? ඒකේ හින්දා මේක ආයි බලන්න ඕන. එතකොට දැන් ඔබට මං හිතන්නේ ලොකු ගැටලුවක් මතුවෙන්නේ නැතුව ඇති ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන්ම ගියා කියලා. මං හිතන්නේ තුත්තිරි කියන වචනේ විතරයි මං සිංහලෙන් කිව්වේනේ. ඒකෙන්ද අපි සිංහලෙන් මිදිලා සිංහල ට්‍රැක් එකේ ඔයා යන්න ඉගෙන ගන්න ගුරුවරුන්ගෙන් ඒවා ඔක්කොම ඉගෙන ගන්න. හැබැයි ඉංග්‍රීසි ට්‍රැක් එකට මාරු වෙන්න. ඉතින් මට පුළුවන් විදිය මම පොඩි සපෝට් එකක් දෙන්නම්. සතියකට පාරක් විතර පුංචි කතාවක් ගෙනල්ලා ඒක බලන්න. ඒක කීප පාරක් බලන්න. හරි ලස්සන ස්ටෝරීස් තියෙනවා. වැඩිහිටියන්ට ගැලපෙන ස්ටෝරිස් තියෙනවා මේ වගේ කොමන් වොකැබියුලරි තියෙන. ඒ කියන්නේ ලෙවල් 1, ලෙවල් 0, ලෙවල් 2 කියලා කතා තියෙනවා. ඉතින් ඒවා වැඩිහිටියන්ගේ කතා වුණාට ඔබට හුරු වෙන්න තමයි මේ පුංචි කතාව මම කරේ. වැඩිහිටියන්ගේ කතා වුණාට ඒවා ඔක්කොගෙම තියෙන්නේ common day to day conversations වල කතා කරන ඉංග්‍රීසි. ඒවෙන් ඉගෙන ගන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙනම් අනිවාර්යෙන්ම subscribe කරන්න, like එකක් දාන්න, කමෙන්ට් එකක් දෙන්න. මොකද ඔබට ඕනි දේවල් කියන්න, කොහොමද කරෙන්න ඕනි කියලා කියන්න කමෙන්ට් එකක් අනිවාර්යෙන්ම දාන්න. මම ඔබ කමෙන්ට්ස් දාපුවාම ඔබගේ ඒවයි තියෙන ඉංග්‍රීසි පිළිබඳව අපට වෙනම වෙලාවක කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්. කමෙන්ට්ස් දානකොට ඒවයි තියෙන ඒවා මම දැකපු දේවල් මට ඕනනම් දවසක කරන්න පුළුවන්. කමෙන්ට්ස් වලදී මම දැකපු හදා ගන්න ඕන දේවල්. එතකොට සියලුම අය ලියන කමෙන්ට්ස් වල මොනවා හරි දේවල් තියෙනවා නම් හදන්න මට ඒවා දාලා එක වීඩියෝ එකක් හදන්න පුළුවන් නේද? මාසෙකට පාරක් විතර කමෙන්ට්ස් වල ඒවා. එතකොට ඔබටම හදා ගන්න අවස්ථාවක් හම් වෙනවා. ඔබ ලියපු කමෙන්ට්ස් වල මොනවා හරි ගැටලු තියෙනවා නම් ඒ හැම එකක්ම අරගෙන මට දැන්ට තියෙන තත්ත්වයට ඉතින් මං කියන්නේ මට හදන්න පුළුවන් මේ පුංචි වීඩියෝ එකක්. මේක ලියනකොට මෙහෙමයි කියලා. මේ අය ලිව්වේ මෙහෙම ලිව්වේ කියලා කියන්නේ නැතුව මට ඒ කමෙන්ට්ස් වල මෙන්න මෙහෙම මම දැක්කා කියලා මට ලියන්න පුළුවන්. ඒතකොට ඒකත් ඉගෙන ගැනීමක් වෙනවා. එහෙනම් අපි නතර වෙනවා මෙතනින් වැඩි කතා නැහැ. එහෙනම් bye for now.